The Delaware Bay and River has been an important piece of Delaware's history ever since its discovery in 1609 by Henry Hudson, who referred to the area as the South River. However, he didn't venture into the bay for fear of the shallows and shoals. He needed a pilot, someone who knew the waters and tides, who could lead him to a safe port. The earliest pilots on the Delaware were the Native Americans who lived on the shores of the bay and guided explorers and colonists. As the colonies grew and the fishermen and sailors learned the topography of the bay, these locals stepped into the role of pilots and a tradition was born. Lewes has been home to the Delaware Bay and River pilots since the 1650s. In 1655, the governor of New Netherlands sent a proclamation seeking anyone who had a perfect knowledge of the bottom depth and shoals of the South River. Early pilots also played a part in the American Revolution. Philadelphia was spared from experiencing a naval attack due to the fact that no pilot would take the British merchant vessels up the bay and river. Only a select few pilots knew of man-made obstructions placed in the river near Fort Mifflin. These obstructions, called chevaux de frises, were made of spikes meant to damage a ship's hull, causing it to sink. One of those in-the-know pilots was Nehemiah Mall, one in a long family line of pilots. Sadly, like so many others, including his father, Nehemiah was lost at sea, his ship going down on what is now known as the Maya Mall Shoals. Piloting on the Delaware Bay and River was, and still is, a family tradition and occupation. It does, however, require upwards of 4 years in training and apprenticeship to become a licensed pilot. The Pilots Association for the Delaware Bay and River was established in 1896 when pilots of the area had had enough with competing against each other, racing out to be the first to board an incoming cargo ship. They came together and purchased one boat, a steamer named Philadelphia. Whether it was their steamer or the modern-day speedboat, the pilot boat is easily identifiable by the large letter P painted on the stacks. When an incoming cargo ship enters the bay, the little boat can be seen cozying up alongside, while a rope ladder is thrown over for the pilot on assignment to climb on board. These pilots are guards of the bay, protecting the shore from the hazardous contents on board, or, in the past, the enemies at war. Even with the advancing technology and navigational tools, they will always be needed and appreciated by landsmen and sailors alike. Museum Minutes is brought to you by the Zwaanendael Museum in Lewes, Delaware, and by the Delaware Division of Historical and Cultural Affairs.